Good afternoon, everyone. Most stupid thing just happened, man. So, I gotta supplement my income, as I spend it, because I travel, and the money I have saved up, it ain't gonna last forever, and I gotta buy stuff. So, but I went to go donate. I just did my last video. I was talking about how I donate and to get money, and I was planning on actually using that money to eat today. And I have a little bit of food at the house, but I was planning on getting that money and then getting something to eat and then go ride. Well, I gotta ride my bike up there, so right before I get there, I drink like a lot of coffee and water, so it goes well. I'm hydrated. My vein, they don't have any problems, because I've had problems before. I'm stuck there for 3 hours. I like to get in and get out. And they check your temperature, your vitals and stuff, and the highest it can be is 99.5. And I ride a bike. I got this weight on my back, and all this. And it's funny because I was standing in line. I knew I had to cool down a little bit, and I always drink water. And the lady, as soon as I walked in, it wasn't really busy. She was like, step right up, and I'm like, no, I got to use the bathroom, and because I did, I went and peed, and washed my hands. I like to wash my hands before they stick a needle in my finger. Even though they use the alcohol, it still doesn't get the grime between your on your skin. And she checked my temperature, man, and it was 99.6, bro, like 1 point higher than it's supposed to be. And because fever indicates that hot temperature indicates that you're sick, they can't, even if they retake me, the temperature when I cool down, they're not allowed to until tomorrow. And I just rolled all the way up here. That's terrible. And now I'm hungry. So now I'm in a situation like I wanted to go ride, and it's a perfect day to ride too. Look how nice it is. It's an overcast day, so I was ready, like look at me. I was ready to ride. I'm hungry, so now I'm stuck in a position like, do I just go home and sit, and just finish packing up? And I gotta make money today. That's really important. So I gotta find another way to make money instead of riding, in a sense, and that's not cool. Because I don't know, I'm gonna go home and eat. I have food there. I brought that fresh bread the other day. I gotta finish eating that up today. So I'm gonna go eat that, and I got a couple other things there. And it's stupid, I fucking went shopping the other day. I forgot my orange juice, man. Stupid, and I should have known too, and I rode all the way home. I was doing a video, so I wasn't thinking about it, I don't want to ride all the way back to go get it. It was too far. And you can't be doing that out on the water, man. What if I lost something important? Really important. Something that, water. Food. It's not cool. So, I'm wasting money too. It was simply orange juice. It was my favorite orange juice. It's $5 for a thing, and I'm not working now, right this, and I'm not making no money off YouTube or anything, or Facebook, or just yet, and all the money I do have, I guess, everyone knows that it's hard to come by, man. All these people that flaunt, and stuff, and like, I get it, they're proud of what they have, and I like to flaunt too, but I also understand that everything that I have, it was given to me by God, and you're temporary, like, we're only temporary stewards of the possessions that we have. You're only supposed to delegate your possessions to people and allow them to use them and learn from them and teach them things, and share. And You know, and that's what a church is supposed to be. That's what Jesus taught. You know, if you read the Bible, it clearly says that Saul, you know, Paul, you know, worked really hard for people to, you know, have a communion, you know. And that's what communion means, you know. They share things, you know. All the money that they made all together, they brought to the table and together, and nobody went without anything because of it. You know, and that's why it's so important to eat. And people don't understand that, you know. That's why it's so important families eat. So I'm kind of happy I met Margarita, because she understands that, you know. She understands life evolves around food and, you know, love and family. And, you know, they're really traditional down there, and I actually like that. You know, I like it. My family don't have that. American families, a lot of them are shit, man. They are. And that's why I'm going down there too, you know. I'm ready for a slower lifestyle, you know. I'm so tired and worn out from all the bullshit and everyone using me and, you know, taking advantage of my intelligence, you know, and I'm tired of it. I am. It hurts. I know a lot of people are, you know, they feel the same way as I do, you know, and it brings me life to talk about Jesus and, you know, and work for him, you know, and that's why I do it, you know. It's the only thing that brings me happiness, because that fire that was given to me in my heart, that it was given to me freely. All I did was read a book of written words of somebody, you know, that they said they seen, and for me to believe that and it to change my life completely, it blows my mind. And a lot of people are like, oh, there's so many different religions, but yeah, I mean, if it helps you. But it didn't help me. I've read, you know, I meditate helps, yoga helps, and I'm gonna be doing videos about that. Your spine's really important. You know, it's got all those nerves and veins, and, you know, they connect to your brain, you know, and all that. When I gained all that weight, working 72 hours a week, trying so hard, you know, make $100,000, you know, prove, you know, I can do it, you know what I mean, just, you know, a different way, you know, and it fucked me up, man. And you know, I started working out and stuff and studying, and you know, I knew I had to go, I had to do something different. The environment that I was in was terrible. You know, I was managing a multi-million-dollar facility that separated metal, you know, all your different metals, copper, you know, basically just ferrous and non-ferrous metals. And they got different terminologies, you know, for all the different, you know, types of metal or mixes, you know, and, you know, different languages, you know. And so you can look all that stuff up, you know, I can tell you, but, you know, if you're interested in that stuff, you can look it up. I ain't gonna tell you, you know. But that job, man, it was a really bad environment, and dangerous, man. I almost died several times, you know, and it wasn't even from my error, it was other people's error, you know, not paying attention. And then, you know, it wasn't even just that. You know, I'm young, you know, compared to a lot of people that were working there, and you know, I got these computer skills, and you know, the way I carry myself, and, you know, the way I strive, you know, and the people see that, you know. And I got hired in at the lowest position, you know, because I just came home from prison, you know, and it doesn't look good, you know. And that was like the best job I could get, making the most money for that position, you know, circumstance I was in. And, you know, I got it immediately as soon as I came home. So it was really nice, you know. It was like the best thing ever that could have happened to me. And it was so, like, I couldn't breathe too. You know, I got up to the top of the stairs. Half of it was, you know, you're wearing a mask, but you can't wear it all the time, you know. It gets your face gets dry and irritated. You know, it's the middle of the winter in Michigan, so you're dry, you know, your skin's all flaky. And then the place was just getting built too, like redone. They just spent millions and millions of dollars. The company sold for $750 million. You know, and I'm in charge of that. It was really stressful. You know, and I was working the first day shift and, you know, 12-hour shift, 6 days a week. And when you're working that hard and, you know, you got to stand there for that long, people would, you know, walk off the job and go hide. And, you know, we're getting drunk on the job just to get through the day, you know, and it was pushing me too. I was getting to the point where like, I was breaking, man, and, you know, I had to catch all these people, you know, and I felt bad for them. But what happened too was you know, I was only there for 90 days, and I worked hard, you know, I needed the money, I wanted to go somewhere, you know, I had dreams, I've been chasing my dreams, you know, and, I worked my way up from the floor, standing there for 12 hours a day, just picking metal, you know, grunt work, you know, just labor, a nobody, to running the whole place, you know. And it was, you know, the place was a lot of money, so they don't just let anybody do it, you know. And people were jealous and envious, you know. And the reason why they were envious too is because there was heat in the tower. There was no heat on base, you know, on the bottom where you pick the metal. And so it was nice to go up there, you know, and work up there, you know, and I had heat all the time, so people were jealous, and they tried to sabotage my job, and they would literally risk their life and throw bars in the wheels, the conveyor belts that were there. So, you know, and I would have to go out there at 2 o'clock. Because when I got, in order was, you know, they test you there, you know, they want to test you, make sure you're reliable, responsible. So, you know, I was working during the day, grunt work, and they needed somebody to run night shift the tower, and that's a hard work, you know. Midnight crew's hard to do. It fucks up your body, the way your equilibrium, you know, the balance of it. And I took it, you know, I wanted the raise, you know, plus I wanted to heat, you know, and just breathing all that bad stuff, particles in the air, metal, and, you know, all the dirt and dust, and, you know, fires that were happening constantly there, shit exploding, you know, shit falling from the ceiling, almost landing on people, you know, 10,000 pound motors because somebody, you know, the company from Canada came over and, you know, they didn't put the motor on all the way, and, you know, they didn't tell Ferris didn't tell the people from Canada that were installing the thing that they didn't put the motor on all the way. So, you know, the computer people that were writing the software, you know, putting all this equipment together to communicate, I was helping them put it together. And, you know, because I worked for Ferris, and they turned the machine on, and the bolts, you know, the motor that vibrated one of the platforms, it stressed out the bolts, and nobody knew about it. And, you know, and they tightened it down. They didn't know that the bolts were already stressed out. And so we were running the machine, and, you know, it's my shift, you know, it's on my call, you know, and fucking, you know, dude drives his high-low right under the platform, and the motor falls and literally just misses him, you know. It's on camera too, you know, and it's crazy, you know. He would have been dead. That was, you know, it would have went right through the top of that high-low and killed him. And if he didn't live, he would have been fucked up, you know. So, you know, and these people were sabotaging my job as well, you know, and risking my life and their own life, you know. It wasn't safe anymore. I didn't want to be there anymore. So I looked for another job, you know, and I found one, and then, you know, I wanted to travel, and I've been, you know, I started working on that, and, you know, I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel or something, you know. So I started working on it, and then I met Margarita, and I've always wanted to sail, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I'm gonna head home now. I'm so hungry. I'm actually taking a shortcut to trails again. Cut through. Better than riding on the road, everybody honking at you and hearing after a while riding on the road, the white noise, it drowns out everything, you know, but also it gives you a headache after a while. It hurts your ears, it really does. So like when I get chances to ride, you know, where there's nobody, you know, in actual nature, I take advantage of it. It's peaceful, you know, I need it. But yeah, I want to get off the phone. I don't want to use up all my battery power too until I get home, and you know, you don't know, you get hurt, you know. I need my phone. It's another thing. I was thinking about getting 2 phones. I had 2 phones, but I broke the screen, and you know, I'm limited on money. You know, I don't know if I want to pay for 2 separate bills. You know, and an extra phone. Just yet, you know, and I can use voice over IP, you know, apps and stuff. I have a Google Voice number, which I've had for so long. It's grandfathered in. You know, Google Voice doesn't provide you numbers like that for free no more. You got to pay for them. So that's kind of convenient, you know. I'm that old. Grandfathered in. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm getting a phone call. Maybe it's for my stuff. Peace out.